everyone. Miss Jessica here, back with another virtual family story time at Hales Corners Library. I'm so excited to see you here with me today. I'm so much looking forward to our story time theme today. It's going to be a ton of fun. If you notice, we've got a bunch of books over here, all to do with music. Music is such an important part of all of our lives, and we're going to talk a lot today about how to make music and where we might find music. But before we get started, let's go ahead and sing our hello song. Can you help me? Our hello song goes like this. We wave and say hello, we wave and say hello. With our friends in story time, we wave and say hello. But we don't just wave, we do other things too. Like we clap and say hello, we clap and say hello. With our friends in story time, we clap and say hello. We march and say hello, we march and say hello. With our friends in story time, we march and say hello. We smile and say hello, we smile and say hello. With our friends in story time, we smile and say hello. Thank you so much, friends. That was so great. Good job. So, since it's story time, I think we should go ahead and start with a story, don't you? Our first story today is called Zin, 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 a Violin by Lloyd Moss. This is going to be very exciting, so I already know it's all going to be about violins, but I can't wait to see what other types of instruments are going to be in this book. Can we see how many we can name? Ready? With mournful moan and silken tone, itself alone comes one trombone. Gliding, sliding, high notes go low. One trombone is playing solo. Next, a trumpet comes along and sings and stings its swinging song. It joins trombone, no more alone. And one and two-o, they're a duo. Now a mellow friend, the cello. Neck extended, bows a hello. Can you bow? Hello. End pin set upon the floor. It makes up a quartet. That's four. And soaring high and moving in with zin, 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 a violin. Stroking strings that come alive. Now quintet, let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is my favorite page. Can you guess why? So this one is all about a flute. Flute that sends our soul a shiver. Flute, that slender silver sliver. A place among the set it picks to make a young sextet. That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I have a very special treat for all of you that we will get to see in a moment. But here's a sneak peek. Are you ready? We have a flute today. So exciting. We'll hear more from that in a second. With steely keys that softly click, its breezy notes so darkly slick, a sleek black woody clarinet is number 7, now septet. Wow. Gleeful, bleeding, sobbing, pleading, through its throbbing double reading. Oboe, please don't hesitate, come make it an octet. That's 8. I love oboes. I think they sound so cool. Have any of you ever heard an oboe play? They're very special. Oh, here's my second favorite instrument. Ready? That lazy clown, the big bassoon. He plays low down. We're laughing soon. Here, Grumpy, get your place in line and give us a non-tet. That's 9. I love bassoons. They're so much fun. The harp descends with angel's wings, a heaven's blend through magic strings. And when it joins the others then, behold, a chamber group of 10. Can we count them all? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wow! I bet that sounds fantastic. Sorry if you hear a lawnmower. I think he wants to hear story time too. The orchestra comes in the hall. They're on the stage, we see them all. The cello, harp, and clarinet. The trumpet, whom we've also met. The oboe, flute, and big bassoon, all eager to get started soon. Trombone, French horn, and violin, all poised and ready. Now begin. The strings all soar, the reeds implore, the brasses roar with notes galore. It's music that we all adore. It's what we go to concerts for. Have any of you ever seen a symphony? It's very special. If you're able to, I would definitely encourage it. The minutes fly, the music ends, and so goodbye to our new friends. But when they've bowed and left the floor, if we clap loud and shout encore, they may come out and play once more. Can we try that? Can we clap and shout? Encore! Excellent. And that would give us great delight before we say a late good night. Oh, they're sleepy. Fantastic job. Thank you so much for helping me with that. Well, it was so much fun, and I'm so happy we got to meet all of these fun instruments. And I have a song that we can sing next where we can meet even more instruments. And it's a familiar song. You might know it. It is called Old MacDonald, but instead of having a farm, our Old MacDonald has a band. And instead of saying E-I-E-I-O, we're going to say toot, 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 toot. Can we try that together? Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. Great job! I wonder what instruments Old MacDonald has in his band. Well, I already gave you a sneak peek, and the first instrument he has is a flute. Look at that, so exciting. I'm so much looking forward to sharing this with you today. I love playing the flute. Music is a huge part of my life, and it is so important to me. I've been playing flute for 20 years. That's longer than I've done anything other than breathe. And I'm just really looking forward to sharing my hobby with you today and my passion. Flute is a really cool instrument because unlike other instruments, you don't have to put your mouth on it. You can just hold it up to your face and you blow the air across the flute to make the sound. So I can sit here with my flute ready to play and still talk to you. Isn't that so cool? It's like when you have a water bottle or maybe even a straw and you blow air across the lid of that and it makes a sound. Next time, if it's okay with your grown-ups, next time you have a water bottle, you should try it. It's really fun. So instead of making an animal sound, since we're not on the farm, our instruments are going to make the sounds that they make. And since I'm a flute player, I know very well that flutes do a lot of this thing called trilling. It's where you move back and forth really fast between two different notes. Ready? Like this. Isn't that great? That's so fun. So instead of singing with an oink oink here, we're gonna sing with a trill trill here, but I'm gonna trill, so I need your help to actually say the word trill. Can we say it together? Ready? Trill. That's a fun word, isn't it? It sounds like what it is almost. So ready? I'll play a little intro and then we can say it together. I am so excited. Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. And on that band he had a flute, toot, 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 toot. With a here and a there, here up, there up, everywhere up. Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. So great! I wonder what other instruments he has in his band. Let's scooch our books out of the way so that we can see our folklore today. And what do we have here? Wow, what is that? Does anybody know what that instrument is? That's a saxophone. So it's got this big swoopy body with a nice big bell. And it is a woodwind instrument. So it plays with a reed. You put the reed in your mouth and then you move your fingers and it makes the coolest sound ever. And it kind of sounds like a honk. So our saxophone's gonna say honk, 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 honk. Can we try that together? Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. And on that band he had a saxophone, toot, 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 toot. With a honk, honk here and a honk, honk there. Here a honk, there a honk, everywhere a honk, honk. Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. What other instruments do we think he has? Here's one. Oh, so cool. Does anyone know what that is? We just read a book about that. It's a violin. So violins are very cool. They're part of the string family, and they sit right on your shoulder. Same thing with a flute. You can talk and just hang out and play your violin at the same time. It's very cool. So one hand does the strings and the frets, and the other hand does the bow. And it is doing both of those things at the same time. That makes music. So cool. So the last book we just read was called Zin, 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 a Violin. So our violin is gonna say zin, zin. Ready? Can we try it? Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. And in that band he had a violin, toot, 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 toot. With a zin, zin here and a zin, zin there. Here a zin, there a zin, everywhere a zin, zin. Did you try that with me? Oh, that's so fun. Can we try it again? With a zin, zin here and a zin, zin there. Here a zin, there a zin, everywhere a zin, zin. Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. So much fun. What do we have last? Oh, we have a drum. Oh, that is a snare drum. So cool. That is part of the percussion family. So you play it by beating some sticks on the top of the instrument. And we actually have experience playing a percussion instrument. Last week we had some egg shakers, and that is also called a percussion instrument. So anything that you hit or shake or rattle against something else is percussion. Isn't that so cool? So our snare drum today is going to say rat tat tat. Are we ready? Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. And in that band he had a drum, toot, 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 toot. With a rat-tat here and a rat-tat there. Here a rat, there a tat, everywhere a rat-tat. Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. Wow, so we're all out of felt shapes, and we're felt people, I guess. But we've got some real people here, and I think it's really important to note that exactly what we're doing is music too. Everyone, no matter who you are, walks around with their very own instrument all the time, 24/7. You wake up in the morning and you have it with you. Do you know what it is? It's your singing voice. So cool, right? You can just play music anytime you feel like it with your voice. Very cool. So Old MacDonald definitely has some singers with him, and they're going to say together? Ready? Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. And in that band he had some singers, toot, 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 toot. With a la la here and a la la there, here a la, there a la, everywhere a la la. Old MacDonald had a band, toot, 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 toot. So great! That was so much fun. So I noticed that there's one thing missing in our band right now, and that is a brass instrument. So something like a French horn or a trombone or a trumpet, perhaps. That leads us to our next story. Are you ready? This is called Ben's Trumpet by Rachel Isadora. I love this one. It is so cool, and it's all about jazz. Have any of you ever heard a jazz band play? I love jazz. I think it's so cool. Ready? Ben's Trumpet by Rachel Isadora. In the evening, Ben sits on the fire escape and listens to the music from the Zig-Zag Jazz Club. He joins in playing his trumpet. Sometimes he plays until very late and falls asleep in the hot night air. I love these illustrations. Every day on the way home from school, Ben stops by the Zig-Zag Jazz Club. He watches the musicians practice. Ready? The pianist, the saxophonist. We just learned about saxophones. The trombonist. And the drummer. Oh, he looks like he's having a lot of fun. But most of all, Ben thinks the trumpeter is the cat's meow. Ben feels the rhythm of the music all the way home. He plays for his mama, grandmother, and baby brother. Oh, look at him go. Can you see it? Can we do what Ben does? Ready? Play the trumpet. So fun. And for his papa and his friends. One more time, ready? One day, Ben is sitting on the stoop and playing his trumpet. I like your horn, someone says. It is the trumpeter from the Zig-Zag Club. Ben smiles and watches him walk into the club. The next day after school, Ben stops and listens to the musicians practicing their red-hot piece. He starts blasting away at his trumpet. Some kids in front of the candy store watch him. Hey, what are you doing? They yell. Ben stops and turns around. What do you think you're doing? They asked. I'm playing my trumpet, Ben answers. Man, you're crazy. You don't have a trumpet. They laugh and laugh. That's not very nice. Ben puts his hands in his pockets and walks slowly home. He sits on the stoop and watches the blinking lights of the Zig-Zag Jazz Club. He sits there a long time, just wondering. Down the street, the band comes out for a break. The trumpeter comes over to Ben. Where's your horn? He asked. I don't have one, Ben says. The trumpeter puts his hands on Ben's shoulders. Come on over to the club, he says. And we'll see what we can do. The end. Oh, that was so nice. So nice of that trumpet player to offer to teach Ben how to play the trumpet. That was so fun. I definitely enjoyed that one. So that actually brings me to a very fun feltboard activity we have. I know, 2 in a row. Wow. So let's go ahead and clear our musicians off of our feltboard and make some room for some new ones. Ready? We've got, wow, a drummer and a guitarist and a singer. Oh, she's so cool. Oh, and another trumpet player and a saxophonist. Wow, look at that. Look at our band. Look at our 5 musicians. So I've got a feltboard rhyme that we can say together, but I'm gonna need your help first. Ready? Can we count these musicians together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, we have 5 musicians. 5 musicians playing at night. The guitarist gets hungry and leaves to get a bite. How many do we have now? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 musicians playing on stage. The saxophonist leaves to clean his guinea pig cage. Oh dear, he forgot. How many do we have now? 1, 2, 3. 3 musicians playing in the city. The trumpet player leaves to go feed his kitty. Oh, you forgot about that too. Oh my goodness. Forgetting to clean your guinea pig cage, forgetting to feed your cat. Oh, busy people. Ready? How many do we have now? 1, 2. 2 musicians performing so sweet. The drummer gets a craving and leaves to get a treat. Oh my goodness. How many do we have left? Just 1. 1 musician left bopping her head until she gets sleepy and decides to go to bed. Now there's no musicians anywhere in sight. They're all home sleeping, for it's very late at night. The end. Great job. Thank you for helping me count. That was very fun. Well, we've got time for one more story today, and I'm definitely going to need your help with this one. So this is called Hey Diddle Diddle by Eve Bunting, and you might know the little rhyme that starts it all, but there are so many more instruments in this book, and I'm going to need your help acting them out. Do you think we can do it? I bet we can. Hey Diddle Diddle by Eve Bunting. Hey diddle diddle, the cat plays the fiddle. How do we play a fiddle? Is it like this? Do, 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 do. Great job. The cow plays the silver trombone. Can we do a slide on the trombone? Excellent. Hey diddle dum, the whale bangs the drum. Oh, he's playing with his tail. Can you see that? Very cool. A nice big timpani. Can we play the big timpani together? Boom, 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 boom. Excellent. The seal's on the big saxophone. Oh, do we remember? You had the reed in your mouth and then you go doo 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 doo. Hey diddle dar, the horse strums guitar. Can we strum our guitars? Do 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 do. Having too much fun playing my guitar. The pig plays piano with grace. How do we play piano? Do any of you play piano? You have to, the keys are all out right in front of you and you play with your fingers like this. My favorite thing to do on piano is start really high and then go swoop. all the way down the keys. So it goes, meow. It's very fun. I'd recommend it. Hey, Diddle dump it, the camel blows the trumpet. Boop, 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 boop. Just like Ben. The elephant's awesome on bass. Oh, wow. Have you ever seen a string bass before? Those are very cool. So they stand up. You have to stand while you're playing them. And the fingerboard is up by your head up here. So let's do this and pretend we're playing the bass. And then you take your finger and you go pluck, 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 boom, 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 boom. It's very fun. Hey, Diddle Darp, the mouse plays the harp. His little paws dance on the strings. Oh, can we play the harp together? Ooh. The lion blows flute with a tootly toot. We know we can do that one. Ready? That's a good tootly toot, right? And the rhino is starting to sing. Oh, we did that too. Can we pretend to be a big famous opera singer? Oh, good job. Hey, Diddle Daddy, is everybody ready? The dog strokes his spotted bow tie. He's dapper and grand as he faces the band, holding his baton up high. He's a conductor. Oh, that's so important. So, hey, Diddle Doozick, for marvelous music, there's only one thing left to do. Hey, Diddle Dee, just wind up the key. Can we wind the key? It's a music box. Let the music box band play for you. The end. Good job. That was so much fun. I had tons of fun acting out those instruments with you, and I definitely hope that you enjoyed it too. We have one thing left for us to do today, and that is our grand finale. So I'm going to play a song, and I want you to sing along with it. It's a really, really familiar song, and I bet you already know it. It's called Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Can we sing it together just once so we know how it goes? Ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Great job. So I'm gonna play on my flute, and I need you to sing the words. Do you think you can do that? Let's try it. Lots of fun playing that. Do we want to play it one more time? Just to see how it goes? Let's do one more time, just for fun. Ready? Song. I actually think we have time for a bonus book today. Oh, so exciting. Are you ready for a story, do you think? I don't know. What if we sing it? We're doing a lot of that today. And maybe you can show me that you're ready. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, pat your head. If you're ready for a story, pat your head. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, pat your head. Here's my favorite one. If you're ready for a story, wiggle around. If you're ready for a story, wiggle around. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, wiggle around. If you're ready for a story, please sit down. If you're ready for a story, please sit down. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, please sit down. Great job. I definitely think we're ready for a story now. So our bonus book today is called The Music of Life by Lewis Thomas. I love this book, and it has one of my favorite ideas ever, and that is that music is found everywhere around you. You just have to know how to listen. Are you ready for our bonus book today? The Music of Life by Lewis Thomas. At night, when everyone else is asleep, you can be sure that an artist, someone, somewhere, is awake. Artists love to create at night. Lenny is an artist. He's a music composer. I'm going to write a symphony tonight, he said to his cat Pippo. But he'd been sitting at his desk for hours, and not a single note of music had come to mind. In front of Lenny, there was simply a blank page. He was starting to feel stuck, and suddenly, Pippo gave him an idea. Click, click, click. Lenny ran back to his blank page to write it down, and then pluck, pluck. Oh, what is this? The leaking sink gave Lenny another idea. It's not a symphony, but it feels like music. So he wrote those notes down too. Tweet, tweet, tweet. And before the sun was even up, Lenny heard birds gathering in the trees. Look at all those music notes floating around. Do you hear what I hear, Pippo? Lenny asked his cat. More ideas are floating up to my ears. Miss Doynell was riding by on her bicycle. The corner baker was rolling up shutters, and just there, a dog was barking. Ting, ting, woof, woof. It's not a symphony, but it feels like music, Lenny told Pippo as he wrote down these notes too. That's when, buzz, 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 he heard another idea. I should go outside, said Lenny. There will be even more music in the park. So he ran. Squick, squick, squick. He passed the beehives. Beyond them, the park was full of notes. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The baby was laughing. Hee hee hee, ho ho ho, hoo hoo hoo. The gardener was raking. Swift, swift, swift. The motorcyclist was speeding. vroom. The squirrels were nutcracking. Crack, crack, crack. Snails were passing by in silence. Silences are important in a symphony, thought Lenny. The pigeons were cooing. Coo, 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 coo. The jogger was huffing. The ducks were quacking. Quack, quack, quack. Oh yes, said Lenny. Now this feels like a symphony. Oh, look at that. Ting, 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 tweet, tweet, tweet. Quack, 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 buzz, 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 crack, crack, crack. Woof, 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 click, clock, clock. Click, clack, clock, swift, swift, swift. Squick, 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 click, click, click. Coo, roo, coo, roo. Hee, 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 ho, 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 hoo, hoo, hoo. Ting, 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 buzz, 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 tweet, tweet, tweet. That's so much fun. The symphony of life. As Lenny walked home later that morning, he looked down at his paper. It wasn't blank at all. It was full of notes, full of ideas, full of life. The end. Oh, that was so great. I have a challenge for you for the rest of this week. You should open your ears and see what kind of music you can hear outside. It can be anything, so birds or cars or even the radio. Obviously the radio would be music, but you know, even how people talk has music about it. You never know where you might find music. It's everywhere. So just keep your ears open. You never know what you might hear. But unfortunately, we are all out of time today, so I do need to say goodbye. It's been so much fun sharing all of this music with you, and I've had the best time doing it. But let's go ahead and sing our goodbye song. Ready? Let's get our wristwatches ready. Do you know what time it is? What time it is? What time it is? Do you know what time it is? Story time is over. Now it's time to wave goodbye, to wave goodbye, to wave goodbye. Now it's time to wave goodbye, 'cause story time is over. But come back and we'll have fun, we'll have fun, we'll have fun. But come back and we'll have fun when we meet again. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've had so much fun making music with you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a fantastic rest of your week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.